Greetings, beloved Black people. Welcome back to the plight and struggle of Black people in America. On Sundays, we speak about prominent Black people in America from both the past and the present. Other days, we'll speak on various things to help our people help ourselves. And one thing we really love to focus on is our youth. So today, we're going to talk about topics that we believe will help our boys become men and our girls become ladies. Today, we'll speak on the various topics and their title, and then the next time we'll start going through those topics extensively so that we can get a better understanding of the meaning of those topics. The first one is learn who you are as an individual. The next topic is stand up for yourself and your beliefs. The topic after that will be avoid a physical fight if you can. And if possible, play a team sport. Choose your friends for the right reasons. Fight your fear of the unknown. Listen to advice. Be politically aware. Mind your manners. Be patient in love. Stay fit. Excuse me. Never do something on a dare, ever. Find heroes to copy. Be independent. Question authority. Excuse me. And question authority doesn't mean challenge necessarily, but question authority. Get smart. Express yourself. Pay attention to the short run, but keep your eye on the long run. Now, we have various information on those topics that, like I said, we'll get into the next visit. But on this visit, I'll just go over those again, just say a little something about the topic that we probably can see as common sense, perhaps. Like number one is learn who you are as an individual. Okay, so that has something to do with understanding things about yourself as what do you like, what do you not like, why do you like it, why do you not like it, and on. Just basically trying to learn yourself as an individual. But like I said, when we come back and speak to that through the information we've come across, we'll see what they say about that topic more extensively. But just to scrape the surface, we'll go through the rest of it. The next one is stand up for yourself and your beliefs. But it's making me think, well, I guess you'd have to have some before you can stand up for them. So that would be really interesting, I think, once we get into that. Standing up for yourself and your beliefs. The next one says avoid a physical fight if you can. Well, wow, there's so many things that we know about that if you get into a fight, so many things can go so horribly wrong. Wow. We know so many stories that have happened like that just being in a fight escalated to the point that it was just a horrible experience for everyone. So we know fighting is really not the answer. Now, play a team sport. That'd be great. But I believe that has a lot to do with building relationships, recognizing the experience of camaraderie with others, and still part of a growing process. So that's a good and great thing. Now, we're talking about the youth or younger people, but however, excuse me, older people, we're supposed to learn continuously also. And I suspect things we already know, we're supposed to reach back and help our youth to understand some things so that they won't have to make some of the mistakes that we have made and that they will make if they don't know about them in advance. Even though we're all going to make some mistakes, that's true. But we need to reach and try to help each other as much as possible. And, you speak about generations. There's 4 generations at all times. It takes 20 years for a generation. So we're talking generations. We're talking those in the 20s, 40s, 60s, and 80s. Okay, 20 years is a generation. So therefore, those 20s, they're matched with the 30s. So that's 20 years. And the 40s with the 50s, 60s with the 70s, 80s with the 90s, and on and on. And that's pretty much all we're going to have be able to have is 4 generations. Because not many people live past the 90s these days. So all of our generations are supposed to make a contribution to our people as a collective, you see. So there's various generations. Realize that. And my generation is the 60s and the 70s. I'm 62. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And right here in Dallas, Texas, I know another gentleman named John Wally Price. He's a county commissioner, and he's the other part of my generation. I'm 60s, he's 70s. We're that joint decade to make a generation of 20. And I think we're trying to do quite a few things for the Black community collectively here in Dallas, Texas, and ultimately for the Black nation in America. And I'd say, if nothing else, our efforts definitely speak to caring and loving our Black people. And that's a great thing. The next one would be never do something on a dare is the last one. The next one is get organized. Okay, we're speaking to our youth, but that definitely speaks to our people as well, definitely. We need to get organized and get the proper mindset that has us to the point of realizing we need to utilize our resources for our collective well-being, just like everyone else does. It's the right thing to do. Okay, then find heroes to copy. Well, obviously, we're not talking about fictitious heroes. We're talking about just people that have lived and shown through their lifestyle that, yes, it's commendable. We have so many Black people that are so commendable. Carter G. Woodson, Marcus Garvey, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, Mary McLeod Bethune, Ida B. Wells. Wow, there's just so many. And that's what we do on Sundays. We talk about the various Black people that we know, us Black people need to know about and perhaps emulate if possible. Okay, we say be independent as much as possible. And every people should be independent as much as possible. But the way a people becomes able to be independent is by utilizing their collective resources for their collective well-being and betterment. And that's what Black people are going to do, need to do. And we're doing it in some areas and spaces, but we're going to do it collectively on a national level. Now, it says question authority, absolutely. Question authority, because like if you look around as a Black person, you can ask so many things as to why. Why are we treated this way? Why are we neglected that way? Why are we, why is connected to so many things with us, but Black people, we're special people. It says express yourself. Absolutely. We need to express ourselves. And what's happening so great that I believe these days with Black people and expressing ourselves, we're expressing ourselves in a way that we're not worried about stepping on the toes of anyone as we express ourselves to what's best for ourselves. And I'm loving seeing Black people in every generation, you see, and that's a great thing. Every generation of Black people that I see are definitely standing up, stepping up, and expressing themselves and letting it be known what we feel, think, and going to tolerate what we're not going to tolerate. I'm loving that. So express yourself. Yes, we're doing that, and we will continue. And pay attention to the short run. That's like right now. What's happening right now? So many things. But we should recognize as a people, Black people, I'm talking about specifically, that what's being shown in a short run so many times is just a decoy from things. that's linked to that long run. But Black people, if we just look at all the things we've dealt with from the beginning of our time in this nation to the time now, we should have learned many things about ourselves as well as the others. Now, when you learn things, you're supposed to utilize that knowledge in a way that helps you help yourself, and you don't repeat the same things that are detrimental to you, you see. And we're not doing very well in certain areas on a social level. However, I'm definitely confident in us, and we have various bright spots for sure, many, many, many of them. And I definitely know our goodness is more overwhelming than our badness on a collective level. There's individuals that make some things look a certain way, but when you're in a society like these states here, and you're that group of people there that are demeaned and purposely pointed at in a way to try to have you look like you're less than, we've been that type of target since we've been in this nation. So certainly we've learned that Black unity is the answer and the solution to all of our various Black communities, you see, because through being united, because they claim that, and when I say they, I'm talking about everybody I've heard say it. I've heard Black, Caucasians, and various people say that Black people in this nation spend $1 trillion annually. Well, $1 trillion is a lot of money. And I'm inclined to think you can't spend it unless you have earned it. So I suspect that's what we have earned somehow. And if 41 million people have access to $1 trillion, yes, a unity will provide the type of self-sufficiency that we need collectively as a people. My Black people, I know we're going to do well, and I love y'all, and we're going to be great. Just realize and recognize. Just a matter of time. Wow, 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 I love my people.